Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna do kind of like a flip through, but obviously I'm not gonna flip through the entire Bible because this is probably like 3,000 pages. So that's gonna be an incredibly long video. But I'm gonna kind of do a flip through of this specific one because this is the one. I don't know if you guys watched the video, but I think it's in the one that I'm talking about, Losing Hope and Finding Cinderella by Colleen Hoover. I mentioned that, sorry guys, chapstick break, that, I mentioned that I'm reading this Bible and I'm going, each chapter is a different, color. I got this and I'll show you what I mean. I mean, each book is a different color. So, with that, I also had this, which, this is the Bible reading checklist. And so I just colored out what color that specific Bible was. And then, that verse was. And then this is like it being on the shelf. So when I finished reading it, I just colored in the shelf with the color that I used in that chapter. And the same there. And so, anyway, so that's what this Bible is. I don't know if y'all have seen that video, but that's the one. And I finished it a long time ago, but I never actually got back on here to show you guys it, so I figured I would do it. This is the Encourage Bible. It is Christian Standard Version, and I think it's Holloman, but this is what the side of it looks like. I don't really care for the twisting of it, but it's not that big of a deal to me either. And then this, this one also has like my name on it, and then it just does my commitment, and then you can put that there. And then you just go in, and this is a devotional Bible. So the table of contents, I also just highlighted it in the color that I used for that chapter. Okay, so we're going to go to Genesis. So, the beginning of each book has, the intro to it. I'm going to kind of flip the camera around, so just bear with me, guys. Okay, so, the front of any of these books will have, an intro to it. And they all, I don't know if y'all just seen that, but this has a clear side of it because they want the entrance to be on this. The intro to be on this side. So I do like that part too. But anyway, so Genesis, it was in light blue. And then if it's asteroid, is that what they call it? Something. If it's that, then it's just something that I found very important, or something in that sense. And then here is one of the devotionals, which I won't lie, I did not read any of the devotionals. I don't know if y'all see, but there's a blue one there. There's a blue Bible. That's the exact same Bible as this one. And that one, I'll probably read more of the devotionals than I did in this one. So yeah, and then this says, God made labor painful. So, because Eve sinned, he made childbearing painful, which would be labor. And I also like how this one is at the bottom. Well, I like it, but I also don't like it. I don't know. I like them better on the side. I don't really know what I mean by fathers. So, he was 600 years old when he made the ark, because it says right here, now Noah lived 360 years after the flood. So all I did was, and then, so Noah's life lasted 950 years, then he died. So I just minus those. But yeah, I do like how this one's set up. I didn't really take, this one I wasn't necessarily taking a lot of notes, so I didn't really care about if they had a lot of room for notes. So we're going to go to a different book now. And this one is light blue, I think, or light purple. Light purple. So obviously this one is not as prominent as Genesis. And I guess it's just because a lot of this, I don't know. I don't remember why I did it like that. Like, I just did, like, little lines. And it was probably just because I wasn't as interested in this. I really don't know, and I know that sounds bad, but this is the same way. Numbers is probably the same way. I don't understand, like, if anybody can comment down below and let me know what the purpose of numbers in the Bible is for, that would be great. It's starting to get a little bit more, but it's still, nothing is like Genesis so far. I read a lot of the Old Testament towards the end of me reading this, so I don't know if that's why, because I was more interested in the New Testament, because that's the same way. Now, here comes Ruth, and then it goes back to being, like, so much, because Ruth is, like, one of my favorite chapters. I mean, favorite books in the Bible, so that's probably why that was. And then I also did, like, down there's devotionals. I did a Ruth devotional whilst I was reading this, so that's probably also why. And then First Samuel's looking a lot better than the other ones, which I can't say that I'm embarrassed, because you never should be embarrassed of how you read the Bible or what you mark, what you highlight. Because that's not the point of reading the Bible. The point of reading the Bible is to get the gospel and learn about God. And hang on, I'm sorry, guys. I needed a drink. This is my water bottle at the moment. I have allergies as well, so you're going to hear me sniffling. Anyway, it's learning about God and not necessarily what you're putting. Don't force yourself to highlight something on every single page. And I think that's what I started. Like, obviously here you see a lot. Ruth and Genesis you've seen a lot. But, like, all these other ones I didn't. And then, like I said, I read those toward the end of me reading this, because I read all of the New Testament ones first. And that's probably why, because I was like, you know, I'm not going to force myself to highlight something on every single page if it doesn't stick out to me. So that's probably really why a lot of that was not highlighted. So this one I was doing, like, a lot, and then it got here, and I was probably like, I don't want to highlight something on every single page again, so the same there. And not only that, like, I also started doing it this way because I kept underlining the entire, like, 5 verses, and I was like, there's no point in me underlining all 5 of those when I can just do it like this, and it'll save me a little bit of time. I know that may sound lazy, but I was reading this at work, so I had other stuff to do as well, so I was trying to not really hurry up the Bible, but, like, not take so much time on highlighting, like, 10 verses when I can just do it this way. Like, for example, right there, I would have highlighted all of that. And I don't remember why necessarily. I think it was because this is, like, the Adam to Abraham and then the Abraham descendant. So I wanted to highlight that because I was going to do more research or something. I don't really know. But just imagine me highlighting, like, underlining all of this. That would have taken up so much time when I didn't have that time. So that's why I started doing it like that as well. And then, you know, Ezra, Nehemiah. Some of them I still highlighted, but you can tell when I started reading it. Because if I started reading it earlier, it's like this. If I started reading it later on, it's not. And then Job, which Job is one of the books that I'm currently reading in the ESV version. And I really like it. But anyway. Psalms took me so freaking long. I mean, that sounded bad. I don't mean it like that, but I really like dug into Psalms. This is the one I started with in this Bible is Psalms. So I like really, really dug into Psalms and Proverbs, like as you see. So like right here is, so I wasn't too sure what a wormwood was. So what I did was I looked it up and then I wrote the meaning of what I found on here. And it's the same with this. I didn't know what that was, so I wrote the meaning. So a lot of these is like that. Like if you see a lot of the writing in the Old Testament, that's typically what it's for. With me trying to figure out what the meaning of something is. Unless it's just something that really stuck out to me. Like right here, no materialistic thing. Well, I don't say materialistic. No material things matter and will never make you happy. God is pure joy. So that's just a thought that I had. So I'll put that down. But and then Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah is also one of my favorite books. So as you see, you can also see which ones are my favorite because there is a little bit more of the underlining. And not only that, but I also did them towards the beginning of me reading this Bible. Limitations. I don't really remember why I circled all these because I think they're all circled. Yeah, I don't know why I did that, guys. Don't ask me. I don't know. Daniel. Ooh, that's a pretty color. But I did like how I did this. Like each book is a different color and stuff. I do like that I did that. And these, like, okay, right here, you can see, I'll show you in just a second when I get to one that has more like this. Okay, so, okay, you can see where these are like there, but they don't really bleed through. Like you can't really see them. I mean, you can, but you can't see them as much as you thought you would on the other side. So I do like that too. Joel. Like I said, you can really see the difference between when I started reading them. I pretty much just underlined that whole chapter, huh? I mean, that whole book. Jonah is another one of my I don't know why I like Jonah so much, but I do. And then you have Habakkuk. I don't know the name of this. Like, I can't ever pronounce this name. So I put 11/24 here because it said on the 24th day of the 11th month. So that's why I put that. And then up here it says in the 8th month. So I put 08. I don't know if I'm right, but I didn't really have a method in this Bible, truthfully. I just kind of went with it. Did what I felt like I should do. That's the biggest thing. You don't even have like a method. You just need like do what you feel like you're gonna understand when you go back and read it. This one's a little light, like the underline is a little light. This is the light purple. And then Mark is dark green, which I am also currently reading Mark. So this book, this version is missing some of the verses. So I do have to eventually go back and like write the verses that are missing. I didn't do that while reading because like I said, I just wanted to focus on reading. I didn't want to, I think I did them on some of them, but not all of them. And I didn't want to just go in and like I did it here. Because this one's missing 16. So I did do it that one. And then 11 here, on 611, it's missing the end of the end of it. So I'll, like right here, there's more that add through this. So I'll come down here, which I may do this today. I may do it in 3 years. I don't know, but that's when you'll come down here and add it. See, it says it right there where it's missing it. And this is also, like I said, 7/16. So some of them, if you just go down to your footnotes, it'll tell you, hey, this is also some method of like verses include this, and then it'll give you what it is. And I just pretty much copied that and put it down here. So, I know it's like at the bottom, but I wanted to like actually see it in bigger letters, just like I did there. And that's, I think it's only in the New Testament that's like that, where verses are taken out or part of the verses are omitted. John, I don't know if John has any omitted verses. And then, like, this is John 8. So sometimes it'll take this entire thing off. So I always read, because like, in some, like they're saying you don't have to read that. And why they do that. I don't know who decided to change the Bible verses, but they did. Romans. I really like Romans as well. My husband and I is currently reading it. No, we finished Romans. We already finished Romans. I'm going to give you a flip through probably 2 different Bibles, because I have another one that I'm currently working on, but I'm not done with it. Like, I'm still reading, and it's not fully. When I mean I'm not done with it, it means I haven't read the entire, like, that specific Bible all the way through. Not that I have to make it look a certain way. And I'll show you in just a second. So yeah, this is just pretty much what the rest of it looks like. I'll keep going though, so y'all can see all of it. One of my favorite are 2 Timothy 1:7. You know, you know. Always be quoting that verse anytime any sort of fear tries to come upon me for anything, and it always goes away. So that's amazing. And then I made Revelation black because, you know, if you've read it, you might understand. It's just talking about the prophecy of it also. And then they also have, like, if you reading plans, this Bible also has reading plans for you. And I don't know if the Daily Grace reading plan actually means the website Daily Grace. I don't know. But they have a Daily Grace one. Everyday leadership, friendship, hope in the hand, and just a bunch of different ones. And then they have index. So, like, you can go through and, like, just, and these are, like, the little devotional things. And then they have an actual index. And then back here is what? Devotional Bible theme and author index. So this is like all the devotional in there who wrote them. But yeah, that's just a flip through of that one. Now we'll go to the other one. This board. So this is for the one that I read in the morning, and then this is for the one that's underneath us. That's underneath this. Which I need to go ahead and mark off what I read today, but And then I also have a separate one for what me and my husband use, but it's in the Bible that I use. So this one is called the Jesus Bible, and I know that I have another video on this Bible. And so I just went to the table of contents and wrote what they were, like what the books were mainly talking about and stuff. And then this one, like I have all this to go. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to rush through it. I've had this one. I've been trying to read this one for a while. I took a break with it because I just, like, I wanted to do a different version. So, but I'm back in it, going strong. Yesterday I did the, like, Obadiah, is that what it's called? And then Jonah, like I said, is another amazing. I don't know why I love Jonah so much, but I do. And then Micah. And then all these are pretty much just the meanings in Hebrew of what these words mean. That's what all this stuff is. Most of it. No. We'll go to Matthew and get out of the Old Testament, because that's pretty much all the Old Testament looks like. And then, okay, hang on, let me go back real fast. Okay, so the Old Testament, I'm doing it to where the pink is the one that I highlight the first with, and then I highlight what I write in the blue. The New Testament is the blue and then the pink. Like, I just swapped them. So I did that, but that's pretty much all I did. Like, there's not a like specific way I'm doing it. And see, this is what I was talking about. It was 611 that was missing some of it, so I just wrote it over here. Honestly, I should have highlighted that, but that's not that big a deal. But yeah, that's pretty much all this one is. I'm not going to go into an in-depth flip through with this one as I did the other ones. And then I do like this Bible because at the beginning of each chapter, it does tell you what Jesus was in that book. And it's fun to kind of like find that out. But yeah, that's that book. This is also the NIV version. I have been obsessed with the ESV version. This one is for the ESV version that I have, and that's for the NIV version. And I write them up here because I want to try to read every single version of every single that the Bible has. So yeah. Anyway, love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see anything else.